who supported your dream?
My damn self. You feel me? You feel me? My damn self.
Nighttime, I drive, I can't slow down. My time, night drive, disco. If I die, outline, I side. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it go.
You already know what it is. Welcome back, Shakin It Podcast. It's your host, Big Jigga. Got another special guest, man. Low-key a legend in the city when it comes to making music videos. Low-key, we got a legend. We got 333 Zilla.
Yazerski. What's
You
up,
wanna say
everybody?
one,
What's
two?
up, everybody? What's up, everybody? You know, it's your boy 333, also known as Rozilla. So, whatever it is.
You already know we're gonna chop it up. I know he probably doesn't really say too much, but don't worry, I got y'all today. We're
Yeah.
gonna get into it today.
Yeah,
got a
you
lot
got
to
me
talk
today.
about.
You got me today.
Before we start,
Yeah.
Shakin It Podcast, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, TikTok. There, posting clips, posting videos daily. Stop sleeping. I'm bringing the best people on the platform. Stop sleeping on me, man. Stop sleeping on me.
That's on God.
And let's get into it. So,
Yeah.
Zilla, if you want to
Zersky.
give a little introduction, what you do, where you started, start from the beginning.
Okay, well, cool. I'm a video man for the city of Toronto. I think I started doing videos like 2009 and something like that. It was
It's
a while
like 14 years ago,
ago.
bro.
A
It's a
while
long
ago
time.
with Face Films. And now I'm a rapper. It's not to say I just leap to the rap. I've been doing the rap the whole time, but primarily, you know, you got to eat. So I'm shooting the videos and doing all that stuff. And then some years later, I started branching out with the artistry. I had some management in like 2013, 14 times. We were doing good. We had a good run going. We got recognized by CBC, all that stuff. But I think Broski at the time, I think he went and got married, whatever the case. So I just kept it rocking by myself, just held down for a bit. Some years later, record deal, drop on the table. Here I am, just working.
It's good to see, man. Good to see. Like, I definitely don't know too many people that have been, like, in my opinion, there's not a lot of longevity in the city.
You
It
right.
really isn't.
Yeah,
So
you're right.
to see you started 14 years ago and to still be going,
Yeah.
still be safe, still be good, you know, looking good.
Mhm.
You know,
Doing
it's
my
really good to
100%
see.
respect, gang.
It's motivational to see, to be
I
honest.
would hope so. Yeah, it's been a journey, man. It's been a journey, and you're right. Not a lot of people could take it this far, by whatever means. You know, I mean, I'm blessed to obviously be here and just being able to keep doing my thing.
So when it comes to directing, right? Like, what made you start? Like, what made you say, yo, I want to shoot these videos for people?
Right. 2009, I started an artist development label company, whatever you want to call it, but I still had all the paperwork, all that stuff going. It was called Pro League, right? So I decided to take like 4 or 5 artists from my neighborhood. I had like a Christian artist, I had like an Asian guy, like a brown guy, like just a diverse,
Super
pool of
diverse
artists,
group.
just to make sure that I didn't really know how else to get connections or how else to, especially I'm just moving to Brampton like 2009, 2010 times. I didn't know nobody. I didn't know how to get things bubbling. So I said, if I just bring some people in the neighborhood together, turn them into artists or whatever, they all had a passion of artistry to begin with. And if I could just glue that and mend that as one unit, then I could kind of sideswipe fans from them. And you know what I'm saying? And we could all
100%.
we have a whole different regimes of fans. Initially, that's what I started doing. I was the engineer at the time for the studio. Studio's in my crib, but we didn't have a video guy. So I said, okay, well, like I started calling some people. The prices are kind of like, no way, right? I'm like, okay, well, this is not gonna work if I'm developing artists and I don't charge these artists. This is out of my.
Everything
you know
was
what
out
I'm
of your
saying? So I'm
pocket?
like, I can't. Yeah, everything's out of my pocket. And I had them sign contracts and everything, stating like, yo, I'm gonna record 1 record a week. I'm gonna have an EP finished every month. Like, so I was putting them to work just to make sure that we had to, we got to create from the bottom, right? We needed a video guy. My mom had like a Sony, some sort of whatever you call it. I don't even know, but it's like
Like
whatever
a
your mom would have just to have videos or like barbecues or whatever. I took that shit and I started shooting videos, and that's where it went. I obviously had an eye for it. You know, over time we did it. I think maybe a few of my friends said, "Yo, let's invest together. Let's get a better camera now that we know this is a serious." And yeah, it kind of just went from there,
that's
just
crazy,
like
bro.
that.
It all started with just like when you say a camera, so this is '09.
Wasn't
Like
nothing special.
nothing crazy, right?
Nothing special. Maybe HD. I think HD was on. I
HD
think it was more a
Max.
camcorder. I
Oh,
think something
my
like that. I just
goodness.
remember it said HD on the side, and I said, "Yo, we got an HD camera." It didn't look bad because, as I said, I had the perspective, the eye. Just like right now, I could give somebody my camera, and they'll probably give you, if they've never filmed a video before, they probably won't give you the best work. So I think it kind of goes vice versa in terms of if you have that experience, even if you're working on not the best equipment, you can still provide some quality stuff.
Did you go for like to school for it or anything, or
No.
it was just something you felt like you just had the gift for?
Yeah. And it was even a gift or nothing. I just said I had to do this. Like, how else are we gonna get visuals? So I'll learn how to do it. I'll go on YouTube. I'll figure out what's good for angles. I'll figure out how we widescreen. Then I brought in widescreen. I'll never forget that. Some people like, yo, what happened to my video? Why is it cut off and shit? I'll never forget those days. I'm like, yo, it's this new thing I'm trying, and it was a struggle, man. The world has to change with your motivations and your intentions at the same time. Or sometimes you get left behind. Sometimes they don't understand what you're trying to do. It can be frustrating, I'll tell you that. But yeah, um, it's been designed, so that I'm here right now. So I'm happy with that.
And you don't really shoot videos like anymore. That was more like the past, I would say.
I kind of still do. I'm trying to cut back on that. Primarily, if I never filmed a video with you before, I'm not going to. But I mean, 13 years later, who haven't I filmed it? So it's that rapport. I trust you now. If I trust you, yeah, I'll film your video. Um, I got my bag and everything. I ain't got to be filming, but I ain't got to be outside no more, like at all.
Yeah.
But initially, why I started was never for me to begin with. To be honest with you, it was for the community, for the neighborhood, for Toronto. So there are a few artists I know that like love my style to death, the style I bring to the visuals, and it's been helping their careers for years. I feel like it'd be almost disrespectful for me to just pull out on them last second, like, yo, I got my deal, I'm off of it. If y'all figure it out, I don't know. Because I know they can't figure it out. I know there's not a replacement for what Rodzilla's been doing for the city. I'm mindful of that. I'm not trying to sound arrogant. I'm just mindful of what I've been doing for the city, what I've brought to the city, what I can keep doing for the city. I'm trying to be careful with it at the same time, but I don't think I'm gonna. It's like that old adage where it's like if people feel like you got what you wanted and you're gonna take off. That's not the case for me. And I like that because it didn't just drop into my lap. It came when I didn't even think it was gonna come anymore. So it means I've been working so hard for it that, like, I've been had money before money came. So I'm not gonna just have money now and then act brand new. Like, all this did was bolster what I've been working toward for damn near my entire life. So it wouldn't change my attitude. It wouldn't change my mind state, my outlook, my perspective, because this has been me. It's just gonna help bolster what I wanted to do. First thing I did was give back with my money. Wasn't go buy a chain. I already had it. And went and gave back. You know what I'm trying to say? So
Feel
when
that.
you already had that mind state, I didn't say, oh my God, finally. I said, finally I can help people some more. That's literally what my finally was. Because I've been helping myself. I've been blessed. Right? So, that's
No, more people gotta move like that though, man.
shit.
I don't feel like enough people are really giving back.
Gotta be comfortable in your skin.
It's true, man. It's true.
Man, gotta be comfortable in their skin. I mean, if for the people out there watching, man, if you want to try to inspire your friend, your neighbor, your husband, your whoever, the man in your life, you damn. I guess you got to just try to let him be great, and support. I really don't know what it is, to be honest with you, man. But like the men are kind of missing like that little extra. There's not a lot of it going on. I feel like maybe they need support. Maybe, I don't know, like whatever spark of an idea they have, and it just
Somebody
has
to
to be,
believe in what they
and
actually want to
believe in
do,
it.
right?
Maybe you gotta understand, a lot of men, we don't really have love like that outside of like our girlfriends or our moms. So I feel like I talk to a lot of men. A lot of men, I feel like they don't know what to really do or believe in. So like, I mean, I guess nurture whatever idea you see them come with. Don't try to laugh at it or snicker at it. Because as a man, it's hard enough. And I feel like it's hard, especially when you tell your peers, yo, this is what I'm trying to do. I feel like it probably took you all a week to tell them that because you might feel like they're gonna react a certain way, and your idea won't be nurtured, but instead it probably be laughed at. Um, and that could be obviously degrade into the mind state when you already kind of didn't believe in yourself. So what I would suggest, as I said to everybody out there, try to be supportive of even the smallest idea, the smallest dream, because that's how I got here. You feel me?
Who supported your dream?
My damn self. You feel me? You feel me? My damn self. Um,
I thought you were gonna say you had somebody
I
like
wish,
you know.
I wish. Listen, I'm not one of those people who be like, yo, I got it this way, I had to come to you that way. I understand what a man requires in order to fuel his dreams and his pride, whatever the case. I didn't get that, but I still found a way to get where I'm at. But that is what most people will require. You feel me? I understand I'm kind of different in that regard, but that is just what most people require. I understand it is just different for everybody. But
Facts.
for the most part, yeah, you got to just help a man and nurture his goals and whoever that person is. If you know what I'm trying to say, because it's incredible. I wouldn't even just say a man. Obviously, it's for anybody.
Anybody, yeah.
But generally, why I'm saying men is because I feel like men were supposed to be standing in the front line and doing the leading. I feel like a lot of men are not doing that no more. They're just letting whatever happen because of experiences they probably went through, situations, circumstances, and they kind of just gave up on themselves. You got to be so comfortable in your skin before you wake up and decide to give back to somebody, especially when you feel like nobody ain't giving you shit. Because most men feel like, why I got to do that? People don't even want to bring girls on dates no more. Why I got to do that? What's she going to give me? And this is like, now I've seen the whole complex change. A man's supposed to do something to stand on it because that's what you believe in doing. Now I feel like we watch other people, so like, did Broski do it though? So why I got to do it? Or you know what I'm saying? Like, whole next topic, but period being,
facts,
you just got to
facts.
just try to, just nurture whatever goal somebody got going on. Try not to laugh at your friends and your peers. Try to help them with whatever it is. Some people are hardened. Some people are gonna make it there like me, regardless of who's there extending that hand. There are those people that are gonna make it there. No cap. But
That's life, though.
that's
You
life.
gotta understand
For
it,
the most
yeah.
part, though, it's not gonna be like that. As you mentioned earlier, there's just not a lot of people doing it, and that's because their momentum is shot. That is literally the reason. Their momentum is shot. Coming from the neighborhood, I'm from Jane and Chichway. Coming from my neighborhood, for me to be on this platform, for me to still be doing it, you notice I showed up here by myself.
I respect
gang bangers
that,
with
yeah.
me. You know what I'm saying? So
Hell yeah.
it just takes that confidence to say, I want to go out there, I want to chisel out the world, I want to change some shit, and I really want to do it. Sometimes, as I said, you're not gonna see the belief system be set up around you, but that is usually what somebody does need for them to follow their dreams. So if you do see a friend or whatever, speaking from third person perspective, that you feel needs that extra push, y'all go push him, man. Let them know. Right?
That's some real, bro. Broski's
That's
street gems. Street gems.
it, man.
Straight gems, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I got another question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you did engineering before.
Mm-hmm.
So not,
Still do.
not, yeah. So in terms of engineering the music, so you pretty much did everything.
Everything, full circle.
Yeah.
Had to. Because of the whole label, right? So
Yeah. So with the
engineering
engineering
is actually
part,
my first love.
so that was the first thing.
That's my first love. I might like engineering more than I like rapping. It's weird. Like I really like the idea of making some shit,
I'm going to be
put
honest.
some shit together.
The engineering nowadays, especially to me, is the most important part of the music.
Oh, absolutely.
In my opinion.
I mean, it's almost like communication. It's like a language barrier. If I can't understand what you're saying to me, where's the conversation going? You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? I think an audio engineer nowadays is pretty much an interpreter, right? Like whether it's sign language, whatever you're doing, it's you give me what you want the world to hear, and I'm gonna chisel it out so it can be interpreted properly,
The correct
correctly,
way.
You feel me?
Exactly.
It's not just vocal on beat.
No.
Definitely not. There's depth to it and atmosphere and the feeling that something could create.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Word on the streets is you worked on Take Care.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know a lot of people knew about that, if that is the case. Back in the day, I think maybe 2011. When the heck did the album come out? Because I don't want to quote the wrong thing. Whenever the album came out.
Maybe 2010, maybe?
Was it 2010? I feel like it was a little after that. 'cause
Maybe
I do-
2012.
Maybe it was something like that. Because I do remember sitting in those garages for quite some time, around 2010, 11. And I was working with a guy named Travi. And Travi at the time was working at Metalworks. Metalworks is a school. It's an institute of music for those who don't know. It's a huge,
Still around?
still around. It's the biggest institute of music in Canada. That's where Drake designed Take Care. He worked on a lot of albums there probably before he built his home studio. That's where you would have found him. And I think Studio C in the back or something. A lot of times I worked out of Studio A and Studio B, working as a side engineer or assistant engineer to a main engineer, right? So they might have a whole project to work on. They might send me the drums and the riffs and say, yo, work these percussions. So I might sit there for 2 hours just. I think it was really cool because especially if you do it like that, you're putting all my brain power just into some drums. This is gonna be amazing, you know. And then you're
100%.
doing that, and so by the time you put the whole thing together, it's so cohesive. I said, this is why this man keeps selling out number one. Versus us just going on YouTube and downloading some shit on MP3 translator or whatever the hell, you know what I'm saying?
It's
and
not
putting
by
it out there.
chance.
That's definitely not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Compared to what Broski had, I mean Drake, the artist in question, had going on for even one of his albums. You know what I'm saying? And I said, this is crazy and incredible. And so yeah, that's how I got a chance to work on some pieces of Take Care. Because Travi would come by the garage, one of my homies, Dre, at the time, and he would kind of lay out his homework, and he'd be like, "Yo, da 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 da." And one time, like I was in there, I was kind of quiet. They didn't know. I was just always bobbing my head. They didn't even know I did like mixing. Period. And I leaned over, like he was doing something with the snares or the hi hats or something, and I was like, "Yo, you should try like an open compressor on that or something." I gave him some sort of tip, and he was like, "Hold on, wait, what? You know how to mix?" And I was like, yeah, what are you working on over there? I didn't even know it had nothing to do with Drake because I'm just hearing snares and percussion and whatever. He's like, bro, you wouldn't know I actually attend Metalware. I was like, what? By the time, 5 minutes after I told him about the compressor, he blew me away with what he was working on, right? So it was dope. And so he eventually brought me in and said, yo, let's start working on this. So he would send it to me as the homework. Sorry for telling this out, Travi. I mean, it's years later now. Nobody ever knew this, but nobody knows now, Travi. It's all good. You say
We'll cut it out if anything.
it's all good, man. That album did its thing, you know what I'm saying? But now people know, Travi, yeah, you gave me the homework that you got. It's all good. It's how we got here. And yeah, that's how it came to be. So it was really exciting. It was a good time. And it just, just another testament to why I know I love music so much.
That's crazy. So that's how it makes sense for you to think of like transitioning, because making a music video, I feel like you don't really get the full music, feeling from it. Like, it's way better to actually just be the artist than to, I feel, film them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like that. I can't speak for everybody, but you know what though, fam? Everybody's different. I know some directors that cannot be artists. They would do really good behind the camera, but in front of the camera they would stumble, they would fall, they wouldn't have the energy required to move an audience. And vice versa. Some artists, they got what it takes to hold an audience. They couldn't do anything behind the camera. Everybody to their own strengths, because I was gonna say, yeah, it probably feel better to be the artist. But to somebody who might be introverted, who don't like showing themselves, it might not feel better. So I think feeling is also in the eye of the feeler or the hand of the feel, whatever the case. So I don't want to speak on that behalf for everybody, but for me, it's split down the middle. It feels just as good performing and being who you want to be that it does for me to actually be doing that for somebody else. Feels just as good for my dreams to come true as it is for me to make your dreams come true. For me personally, it does. So that's why I continue doing both. And it hasn't been a nightmare for me. It hasn't felt like something I gotta carry or lift. It hasn't been a burden. You feel me? It's felt good. It's felt exciting. I'm a little older now, but still I feel like I got more energy when I started. So I really, believe in nothing happens before it's time. Just got to take your time and just build. Work on your craft and do what you got to do. However you feel about it, hopefully that feeling translates to the rest of the world and they appreciate you for what you do.
And in terms of the rapping aspect,
Yeah.
or the artistry, where do you see yourself taking it? What's your plan for
All
that?
over the world to the very top. I don't see any limits for me, like not one singular. I want to try to be the biggest artist in the world. It's a hell of a mountain to climb, but I'm primed to climb it. I don't know about sales and I don't know about none of that because that's directly from how I don't want to jump in front of a camera and start concocting all sorts of random shit. I just want to be talented. I want to go out there. I want to touch the world. I want my music to speak that's just my direction. I don't know how big that direction could be. I don't know if that'll give me more sales than Drake or all these guys. I'm not really thinking about that, to be honest with you. I'm thinking about changing lives, and I think the rest of it just fall in my lap, to be honest with you. I'm just trying to create, make good music. I have different wavelengths of music. Trying to make my music as diverse as possible. So I have things for older audiences. I think anybody from the age of 5, I think that's probably when you audibly understand what's going on, to the age of 55, can digest my music, depending on the type of music that we are giving them. And I think that's the entire spectrum. After that, I mean, I don't think 60-year-olds are coming to venues. So
It's facts. Well, for the most part.
so as long as I hit that spectrum, which I think, so yeah, I have jingles for kids. I got pop records. I have R&B, all that stuff. I'm not trying to just. It's like a Tory Lanez, but I'm not trying to just throw it all out there at the same time. I want to construct it properly. I want to find what avenues fit me best, what avenues fit the label best, how we could tackle those things, how we can market, and devote ourselves to the right cause at the right time. I don't think everything should just kind of be tossed around. I think it's important to understand priority. Yeah.
So you have like, I feel like in order to be successful in music nowadays, you need a plan.
Yeah.
Like I don't
So
think
even,
everybody
like,
has a plan though.
No, but you see, the plan, it depends on what you do. So, like, for us personally, I don't want to just speak the label's business, but yesterday we had a conference call for like 2-3. No, I'm lying. 2 days ago it was a conference call for like 2-3 hours where we discussed. I don't know when this interview is gonna come out, but it was 2 days ago from this moment, where we had a conference call and we were speaking to some like TikTok guru. So we're gonna bring him on board, pay him whatever the hell he gotta get paid, but it had to be. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be plush because this guy was representing TikTok as a whole. He was just trying to make sure that we knew this was applicable. This is applicable. That's doable. That's doable. And just the things that, you know what I mean? So that's just one thing we got to target. That was just all for TikTok. So it had nothing to do with YouTube marketing, streams, backplays, forward clicks, back clicks, all that. You know what I'm saying? So I think wherever you want to go as an artist is where you got to divulge your attention. As I said, priority matters. So if your priority at the time is social media, you got to tackle TikTok. If your priority at the time is streams, you got to make sure you're tackling playlists and things on Spotify. This is free game, y'all. And if you decide you want to tackle YouTube, make sure you have your SEO things. You have your Google Translate. There's a lot of things you got to really do when you're tackling something. You don't just wake up and do it. You just keep it rocking, right? But that's initially the case. Our direction is whatever it is in the moment. My label, they're Indian. So that's a good thing. They're diverse and they're from America. They're based out in New York. So that's good. So we have the diversity there. They have me working with a lot of Indian artists already. While I got my whole lead on my urban side. So I got 2 different sides of the world that I'm trying to carve in from. You feel me? That's a lucrative plan to me because you don't want to just put all your eggs in one basket. So we're definitely not doing that. We haven't utilized every sound we have yet. We just started.
How recently?
A couple weeks.
Okay.
So I met them a few months ago, and they were just paying me one-off to do records. And I said, "Yo, why don't you guys just full circle this?" And he said, "Well, hold on. We'll see how this goes." We dropped one record, I think a month and a half ago now, 2 months ago. It's called Sidhu Wala. Let me just pause for a second. There's an artist named Sidhu
Moose Wala?
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah, passed away. Great artist, legend. 2016, I did his video. So I directed So High. That's the one that blew us up. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
So years later
That's
right?
super
That's
crazy.
Years later, I do the whole segment of the record where I'm just speaking about him and just making sure the world understood the type of guy he was. He was a great guy. He was there for his family, things of that nature. And I just put that on wax and we put that out there. That started going viral. So it's tumbling as we speak. It's like mad viral. So the label called me that night like, "Yo, how much money you want?" And then we just kept rocking from there. And then we said, okay, blah, blah, blah. We got ironed out with this. We got ironed out with that. We're going to come out in September, and we're going to sign the paper, and we good to go. So September they came, kept the word, and we rocking.
That's real.
That's it.
That's real. That's good. Yeah, definitely a good place to be.
Yeah, man, because all it is they put their hunger with my hunger. I wasn't somebody you just found outside like looking whatever. No, I've been so hungry. I've been going so hard for so long. I believe this was just opportunity from God to bolster what I've always just wanted to do. Everybody gets a chance to do it. You get a chance to really say if you want to, you say you want to do that, you're going to get a chance to do it properly. We'll see if you blow your chance or not. But you're going to get a chance to live out your dreams the way you say you want to. If you work for it, you definitely will get it. I believe so. I got it. I'm saying I had to do nothing that people said to do. I did what I felt and I followed it, and I did it so mercilessly that here I am. That's it. So they brought their hunger, they put their hunger with my hunger. We some hungry ass
And
people.
it's gonna work out.
We some hungry ass people, I tell you that. We hungry, fam. So
It's crazy you brought up Moose Wala. I didn't even take in how famous he was until after, you know? Bro, I go on YouTube.
if you could have a Drake of India,
That's him. Bro, he has billions of views on music videos.
And the views, fam, I'll tell you something right now. In America, the views don't always translate to the energy and to the fandom.
Facts. That is facts.
Out there,
It's completely different. Their population is completely different.
different. The fan support, it's a different regime, man. The world is just different. And it's things like that when you get to travel, you get to learn all these things. And you notice not everything is just in the back blocks of Toronto, bro.
The world is big,
feeling
man.
to open your eyes. It really is.
Toronto's a small, in comparison to a lot of other places,
to the world,
bro,
yeah, it's a small
Toronto's
place,
tiny,
especially
man.
because everywhere you go, it's a mentality more than I mean, you still just gonna see cement and buildings. It's just the world. It's the mentality that changes where you go. You feel me? The Toronto mentality, it can use a little sprucing up.
I agree.
I do love my people. I learned from Toronto. I am Toronto mentality, but it could use some sprucing up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's
Bro. He's giving a lot of free game.
yeah.
Mans don't even understand
GG.
right now.
I hope
bro.
y'all take the free.
I'm
game
even taking the free game,
because
bro.
I know where I'm gonna be. So I hope y'all could just meet me there.
Facts.
That's all this is ever gonna be.
Facts. And lastly, you have a label.
Mhm.
You have your own label. I don't know if you'd like to speak on that.
3PG.
3PG.
Sadly, one of my artists hit me today actually, and said that he might, be taking some personal time away, just get some things going. So we might be down one man for now. But on the flip side, from whenever y'all seeing this, today as we speak, so what day is it today? Today is this September 27th. Me and another artist from my camp just dropped another project that's called 9 a.m. in Saga. So that's on iTunes now if you want to check it out. I'm going to be posting about it and dropping some videos, all that stuff a little bit later. But right now, the records are out there floating as an EP. And that's good stuff. On the flip side, 3PG was started, I think, 2.5 years ago.
Okay.
So it's kind of the same thing with Pro League. Pro League, it was an artist development label. It kind of died down. They got developed. That's some years ago now. They understood. For the people who did stick around, I turned into an actual label now where you actually got to sign. It's not like I'm paying you money, but what I'm gonna do for you is your recording's free, your video's free, your marketing to my best potential free, and y'all just bring in what you can to meet the monster halfway. And you know what I'm saying? We banged some doors. That's what 3PG initially was. Started 2.5 years ago. With one of my closest homegirls. I don't want to say any names just because I don't know how this might go for their marketing and branding.
Facts. No
one
problem.
of my closest homegirls, and there are 2 and 3 of my closest homeboys. We formed a unit together. For people who know, they know. So if you don't know, go do the research. If you know, you know. But I don't want to say no names. And so we formulated that unit together. We're still pretty strong as a unit. I mean, everybody kind of has. Since then, we kind of all gain a lot of clout. So everybody's handling their careers in the way they best feel for them. That's cool too. And that's kind of why I don't want to indict any names right now.
100%.
Let them do their marketing how they want to do their marketing, whatever. That's cool. But yeah, so we were a unit, and I just brought that together because I felt like, shoot, man, I feel like I got a lot of blessings, brother. I'm blessed a lot by the Lord. I'm blessed a lot. And so while I'm here, I believe the best thing to do is you kind of hand out your blessings as you receive them, right? I felt like some of these artists at the time, they, maybe they couldn't afford to go the hardest they can go. So if I feel like you want to be on my team, and the thing is you ain't got a pair of shoes, and I feel like you're a good ball player, I'm gonna buy you a pair of shoes, brother, if that's the least, so I can see you do good on our team. And that's my outlook. I understand it's not my issue to buy you a pair of shoes, but if you're on my team, how good are you gonna play? You ain't got no shoes on.
The team's only as good
You know what I'm trying to
as
say? So
the weakest person.
simple
man.
like that, man. So I didn't want nobody to be a weak link. All y'all got free studio time. All y'all got free videos. We had meetings where they were yelling and pulling me and tugging on me, like literally, like, yo, we need Zilla, we need yo. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna just formulate something. I got my brain together that night, and I said, I'm gonna come up with this label. So all y'all sign this paper and sit here, and now you guys are good. Now you guys all have my energy 100%. We're on a boat together now. Yo, I'm trying to say, let's go. And it did really good. You know It's a really good thing. These are still my closest friends. I love them to death, and then we rock. Well, how we rock, and I got this opportunity now. My label knows about this label. They found that it was really lucrative of me to even do all this. I think it's cool too. They help me. I help them. We'll keep it rocking. I don't try to take no food out of nobody else's mouth. Now that wouldn't be appropriate. But with the help and the blessings I'm receiving, that could be, here's an extra. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Bolster my label at the same time. We get full circle shit.
It's fire, bro. I just wish y'all more success, man.
As all.
Hey, man.
We just trying to be positive and go hard, fam. I don't think there's nothing left but to just hopefully wish us some success and we get where we got to go.
Facts.
And vice versa to everybody else, right?
Facts. Well, I guess to the people looking at this, they'd probably look at you and think that you're, fairly successful, doing it big, essentially.
Nah, that's understood. Okay. What's the punchline?
I think so, man. I really do think so. But so you're an artist, doing music videos.
Yeah.
You do a lot. How do you feel about, when you look back at where you grew up?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you owe, not necessarily owe, but how do you feel about like giving back? Because you mentioned giving back. Like,
Yeah.
What are your views on that? Do you think it's important to give back to where you're from?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I want to think about parables and all this shit, but yeah, the answer is just yeah. I think it's important to give back. Whatever reasoning people might have for not wanting to give back, squash it. Give back. Do what you can. The world is built on handing things out and not necessarily gaining a return. We all got parents, right? So we got to stop acting like we can't do something unless we get something out of it. Giving back is giving back. You're not doing it because you're feeling good. You're doing it because maybe you're warming some stomachs, some bellies. You're putting food in bellies. You're putting clothes on backs. You're doing something where somebody else can feel good for the day. You feel me? And I don't think I can never feel so shitty for the day that I don't want you to feel good. That don't run in my system. Feel me? So I stubbed my toe. I'm still doing my giveaway. You feel me? So I think you just got to look at that on the highest level. Giving back is giving back, because when I was in those circumstances, fam, like for Christmas, a lot of times me and my mom had to go to, I don't even remember what it's called now, but they gave us boxes with toys in it and stuff. Like we didn't have the
I know
most,
what you're
right?
talking about.
Yeah, they'd come and you sign up for it, and they'd have something prepared for you. And honestly, that was like the funnest parts of my Christmas sometimes. And if I didn't have that, I wouldn't have nothing, right? I don't know who gave it to me. I didn't get to shake the person's hand. They didn't want no clout. You feel me? So all I know is somebody decided they wanted, my name is Andre, by the way, they wanted Andre to have a good Christmas, and they didn't even know who Andre was. That stuck with me, and I'm cool with that. I could do the same thing, right? They probably had a bad, because we know nobody's perfect. So whoever did set all that up, you tell me they was just having a perfect life? They didn't go through no shit. No, yeah, man, come on.
You never know.
Everybody go through some shit, but they
Facts.
still made it done. They still got it done. They still made sure our whole community was fostered and upkept, and we had a good Christmas. And that was just on a Christmas. That's just a circumstance. You feel me? But I feel like I hope I encompassed it properly, because that's all giving back is. It's just saying, here's something to the neighborhood. Here, we could do better. You feel me? So I don't think there's ever a reason why the answer would be no. Like I'd love to hear somebody's reason.
The only negative I would, I would say that I'm pretty sure some people have this viewpoint. It's like, it's kind of dangerous. Like you pull up.
Okay, so then we talking about giving back in Toronto gang neighborhoods, or we talking about giving back? Because giving back,
That's true.
You
Okay.
could go to shelters, youth shelters.
Facts.
Giving back is giving back.
Yeah.
So if we talking about just, you don't want to step on somebody's toes, and we were talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
For y'all who don't want to step on nobody's toes, but you want to do something good for your community, check in. As I was telling Broski, it's not just a thing of when you go to a different country. You also do this when you represent in different blocks or whatever. You check in. So if I'm on X, Y, and Z's block, I'm going to give X, Y, and Z a call and say, listen, Broski, this is what I feel like I want to do for the block. Do you actually want to get in on this and represent it with me? Or if not, you cool if I just do this? I'll be out of there in a few hours. No malice, no nothing like that. I just want to help the community. If if it really came down to it and there's nowhere else left for you to go but to that person's block and do it, then you got to check in like that. But chances are you ain't got to make one of those phone calls in order to give back to your community. You could even do things, what's the word again? It's on the top of my tongue. When you didn't even know it was you.
Like anonymous.
Anonymously, sorry, there it is. Right? So it's not like, you feel what I'm trying to say?
I feel
Giving
that.
back, there's no way it's, being in danger on a block is not even the same thing as giving back. That's just you being in danger on that block. You feel me? I could say, bro,
That's
you go
a
hand
good
these out
perspective, bro.
to the I never even had to go. I still get back to the block. I don't gotta be standing there like, yo. You feel me? So giving back is literally, there's nothing wrong with it. That's just like you saying, I want to help the world. I can't see how that could ever be a bad thing. Except for maybe, if you want to go help the slums or something or the other and they chop you up. I get what you're saying, the danger in going out your way.
Yeah.
Real men ain't afraid of that, though. Absolutely not. No man ever changed the world while being afraid of that. Never. But for the people who think about it, that's how you traverse it. You make the call. You reach out. You have respect. You build rapport if you feel like you're about to step on some toes. If not, then don't do it. Probably ain't even that important. Don't do it then. You feel me? But follow your heart. If I'm giving back, the last thing I'm thinking about is the community I'm doing it on. But I'm not lying to you. I did a give back a few weeks ago. I had security there with me. I had 2 sets of security teams. I thought it was going to be more dangerous than it was. But I had my protection there. But I wasn't worried about that. I was still walking outside, you know what I'm saying, trying to interact with everybody and do what I could for the neighborhood. Yeah, man, I think it's just a good thing. I think it's a good thing, man. And more people got to get into it. And as I said, if you don't want to step on toes, make the call. If you can't make the call, then don't go there.
Facts.
We have rules to the world. We have rules to engagement. That's just how it goes.
People like to downplay the checking in type of thing.
Yeah.
You know?
No, it cannot be downplayed.
I don't think so either.
Even if you got away with it, phone calls were made.
I agree.
I swear to goodness.
There's a lot of behind the scenes.
There's no getting away with anything.
Yeah.
There's wait your time. You know what I'm saying? Check in. It's like, why wouldn't you want to check in? If you know this is on the next man's block,
especially
if you're probably be downstairs with you doing this.
Yeah.
If you know it,
if you're trying to be, respectful, because that's the thing, right? Just move with respect.
Unless you go in there to pop fly. And if that's what you're doing, I don't want no part of it.
Because that's not giving back anymore.
I definitely don't got to tell you what you're doing.
Definitely.
You know what you're doing.
Facts.
You feel me? So yeah, but giving back in that regime, yeah.
Bro, I see how you've maintained for this long.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense.
100%. Being respectful, working hard.
100%.
As I said, those are the things I can control.
All right. So in terms of the music, strictly the music now, how do you see yourself in the grand scheme of the Toronto music scene? How would you paint yourself as an artist?
I want to say clean. No, in Toronto, I want to say clean because I feel like Toronto artists, y'all don't take it the wrong way when I say this, but it's like dirty. I feel like it's like,
but it's
dirty.
crazy because I know exactly what you're talking about, bro.
Not good or bad, y'all. Not shitting just mean clean, and then there's dirty. You feel me? Y'all can realize obviously with the direction of the music I've been putting out, with the singing, and you know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to clean it up. I think you clean it up, people take you a little more seriously with where you trying to go. That's just an adage of the world. You don't gotta agree or you don't gotta like it, but it's just what it is. You clean it up, people take you like I'm cleaned up. People take it a lot more seriously. You feel me? It looks like, well, if you know clean looks good, why wouldn't you try to be clean?
Facts.
So when you try to be dirty, people are like, oh, you clearly trying to go against this, right? So I think the thing is clean, right? And then of course, with music now, I think my diversity is like the biggest strength I got. Offering different sounds and different perspectives in my music, trying to tell different stories. I think that's probably what makes me stand out the most. I mean, to be realistic with you, I think I'm the best artist in probably Canada. Outside of the factors, we know who I ain't better than. But outside of him, I think I'm probably like miles running in the clear, the best artist out here. I don't think anybody else takes it to heart like I take it to heart. This is not a knock at anybody in their artistry and what they've accomplished. I love a lot of the artists out here. Sorry about that. We got Toby. We got Havaya. We got a lot of good, clean artists. I know all of them. I've worked with them. Shout out Havaya. Me and her went on a date one time. That was crazy. Like 10 years ago. I never knew she would be nothing. I don't think she knew I was gonna be something, but we were at a Rick Ross concert like 10 years ago. Shout out Havaya. She's doing her thing. And I think, yeah, it's just me being who I am. I just got to keep dropping music, and I think it'll kind of speak for itself. I don't think you could speed up the process of somebody liking you. Somebody seeing you, yeah. But somebody liking you is not a process you could really speed up. It got to happen through something they deem worthy of liking you. It's just what it is, right?
They got to see you a couple times, hear you a couple times.
Maybe say, oh, he did that. Oh, he's the one who did that. Oh, he did that. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? My give back probably got me a couple hundred fans. They didn't even hear my music at that give back. Facts. So, you know what I'm saying? It's because they like something I did.
Sometimes it's not just the music.
It's not, bro. It's almost never the music. You got to build yourself as a character, build yourself as a human being, and build some rapport. And then now I'm interested. Well, now that you got some character and you got all this rapport, bro, what you do? You feel me?
It's true.
But if I can't get there, forget about it, man.
Facts.
It's just what it is.
Facts. And then, as a whole in the city, like, where do you see the Toronto music scene going? Because me personally, I don't think it's looking good. Personally, too many dudes in jail. Too many.
Man. It's so sticky, but it's like I'm almost inclined to agree with you. I don't want to agree with you, but I'm inclined to agree with you.
It's not looking good, man. The Rolling Loud didn't happen this year. I wonder why.
That hurt.
It's not.
That said, okay, so we are fuck ups over here.
Yeah, bro.
The one time they came, you know, and they ain't coming back. We doing something wrong over here for sure.
Yeah, man.
And I think sometimes we're so ignorant that it's like we really don't think we're doing something wrong over here, and they didn't come back.
Yeah, bro.
Like how gang are we? They go back to Miami. We ain't nothing compared to these places, and they still going back.
Yeah,
we're trying so hard to prove our thuggery that we fucking up the entire industry for ourselves. I think that's what's going on here. We trying too hard to prove to be something we not. That is ruining the industry. I mean, we robbing big DJs out here and everything. What do we win, right? No knock against nobody, man. I don't really knock what nobody doing outside, but I mean, for everybody that's doing music with me right now, not with me personally, but everybody in my city, in my regime, in this very time doing music, you guys have to understand that we're pioneering it. It might not be us, but we pioneering it. So we got to build it properly, right? So if we out here building a community, we ain't got time to be fucking around. Like, we got to build the houses. We got to build the shelter. We got to build it for the next generation. You feel me? I'm building for the next generation. I got 2 kids. I'm building for the next generation. So even before that, I was building for the next generation. And we already here. How we building for? We were born into what they had built for us, and so forth and so forth, right? So I feel like you guys understand that we pioneering what the future is going to be, especially at the music industry. So we got to do a better job at doing it, man. We got to do a better job knowing where the pioneer is. I feel like not everybody wants to be the pioneer. They kind of want to be the superstar. Louisiana, all these different places were pioneered well in advance of seeing Lil Wayne and all these.
Facts. You feel me? They're already well established.
Yes.
Lil Wayne is just what we know.
He was a product of their establishment.
Yeah, exactly.
We got to have a... You feel me? I mean, I'll leave that right there because you know what I'm saying. That's what I mean. We got to pioneer it better. We got the Drakes in it, but
we just have Drake.
We could be a great place where a lot of good.
We could be the top spot. Yeah. Top spot.
Because urbanized, we're there. Because, but yeah, we have to understand that we're pioneers, we're leaders, and we're builders. And you know, obviously, in this life, you build or you destroy, right? And it's too many of us Toronto people and Toronto artists doing the destroying, man. Let's come together and build, y'all. That's it. I'm going to build anyway. I just hope y'all can build with me. That's it.
Feel that. So yeah, we got to do better, bro. That's really it. We really just got to do better. I don't know what it's going to take. Like, I don't know if it's like a label issue. I don't know if the labels are signing the wrong people.
It got nothing to do with none of that, man. It's the streets.
You don't think so?
It's the streets. The label don't understand what to do. Of course they're going to sign a hot artist because the streets is the hot artist. They want people that's going to sell. I don't want to mention anybody's names, but we know certain street people who are selling. Maybe they're behind bars right now, whatever the case. Before they were behind bars, they were selling.
Facts.
You couldn't project they were going to be behind bars. First of all, the entire industry is gangster. Lil Wayne's, he's been in jail the entire industry's gang.
It's true.
It's just you hope they don't gang out while they're running the record deal.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Shit. Low-key, I feel like they do hope.
That's all.
Still sells a shit ton when they pass away, bro.
It depends. passing away is one thing, but like, imagine Lil Wayne didn't get to run out of circuit because he was doing a 6-year bid. It wouldn't have been Lil Wayne. You feel me? So, I mean, after he was Lil Wayne, he did his little bid. That didn't mean nothing to us because he was already Lil Wayne.
He's already
you feel
Lil
me?
Wayne. Facts.
Yeah. So labels do expect that we will crash and burn somewhere, except for J. Cole and Kendrick. And me, I ain't got no record neither. So yeah, I'm right there with them.
Facts.
But outside of us, that's rare as hell. That's not a thing.
No.
It's gangbangers. The industry is thug niggas who you know what I'm saying, who've made it to being that famous within their little regime, and it bolstered out to being worldwide. I remember the first day we heard about Dipset. Yo, we ain't never been out there. How we know about that? Because it got so big where it was that the echo hit the rest of the world.
We started dressing like them.
Yeah, everything, right? And that's just one example, but it's just how it goes, right? It's just how it goes. Right now, Toronto, we don't really have it like that. I mean, you don't see a man and say that's a Torontonian. He dressed like a Torontonian. Or across the world, we don't have the imprint like that yet.
I say this all the time,
Yeah,
man.
we don't have an imprint like that yet. That's why we have to understand, guys, we're still pioneering. We're still responsible for putting this massive venue for the next 100 years together. It's us. We're not in it yet, partying and smoking. No. Guys, we got to build it. You feel me? It can be a daunting thing, but that's what we got to do.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Man, you dropped a lot of gems.
Uh-huh.
I feel like people are going to look at this and think like, how did this man get to this point being so knowledgeable? Like, they're going to look at you as some type of, like, an anomaly in the city. You know what I mean?
100% anomaly.
What were the struggles that you had to overcome in order to gain the knowledge, everything, to be who you are right now?
Being an anomaly, being so rare, being so unique itself could be a struggle. If you don't accomplish what you want to accomplish yet, people are going to make it seem like you won't. The world might make it seem like you won't. Your own brain might make it seem like you won't because you ain't do it. So what can really deter you or make you not feel deterred that you will actually accomplish it? Who knows, right? But the struggle, I feel like, yeah, I think my biggest struggle might have just been me being so unique. It wasn't like a crazy struggle. I'm struggling with it right now to even say, because it wasn't a crazy struggle. Not everybody, I feel everybody's different. I feel like somebody else's struggle could have been way more severe than somebody else's struggle. For everybody who thought my struggle was not that severe. I slept on floors with mom. I did all that. I don't think that struggle was that severe because look where it brought us now. I think it was more fuel than anything else. I feel like sometimes a struggle could be beyond your control. Our struggle wasn't beyond our control. You feel me? And I thank God for that. Because as I said, it's a blessing to know you're at the bottom means you're gonna work to get to the top.
Because you can't go any lower.
That's the most of a struggle we had. For me, it's not like we was missing an arm and pops ran out on us and this and that. It wasn't like that. So ain't no pops in the picture, but it ain't like a pops was there to run out on us.
Facts.
So I ain't missing
that.
nothing.
There is a difference.
I started with everything I got today. I started with it.
Yeah.
So I'm okay there. It wasn't that kind of struggle. I think the biggest struggle was me as a person, as an individual, following my dream through all that adversity and hearing no. And hearing no. And hearing no. And hearing what are you doing? And hearing, do you think you're smarter than everybody? Do you
people
think you're
doubting
better?
you.
Who do you think you are? I was very cynical at the time. I'd always give them a smart ass answer. I'm like, you know my name. What you mean what I think? You know my name. Because what else are you looking for? Are you looking to pull my soul out? I don't get what you're looking for. If we write a test and you write the test faster than me, what am I get mad at you for? What can you answer will really give me satisfaction? Nigga, you probably studied, you this, whatever, but what can you really give me as an answer that'll give me satisfaction? I shouldn't be barking up that tree in the first place. You feel me? It's your business. You did the test in your time. I did the business in my time. I might have studied longer, shorter, I don't know.
Who has the better answers?
Yeah,
that's what
like
matters
right?
at the end of the day.
On top of that.
Facts.
So, like, I feel like it's just too easy to just point that finger. And I got pointed at a lot. But it made me so strong. So strong. That somebody pointing a finger at me now, oh, they better know what to do with it. Yeah, that was my struggle. People not believing. I don't think that's a struggle no more. I don't think I got to force them to believe no more.
It's good that you take it as motivation because
absolutely.
most people take that and let it tear their whole self down.
every drop, motivation, every drop. I speak to my mom like this, everything. She's like, I can't believe I raised a son like you. Everybody's like, damn, what are you? You know what I'm saying? Your motor's so. I'm like, yeah. I don't know. I'm not even mad about it. I'm happy.
As you should
I'm
be, bro.
so excited. I'm full of energy. I'm like, why can't more people feel like this? I know why. Whatever.
It's okay. It's
But
not for you to worry about.
It's
Let
just not
them
for
worry
them to
about
worry
it.
about. You feel me? Yeah. So I think, that was my biggest struggle. Was I did fit in. I was cool as hell. So it wasn't even like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think my biggest struggle was outside of what I highlighted. I think it was the fact that they knew I didn't fit in. It's like being was it the ugly duckling or whatever? It's like, you can put on a jacket, but it's like, we know you ain't like, whatever. You got the same jacket as all of us, cool, but you ain't cool like us, yo. You just got the jacket. Like, it was always like something that held me, that kept pushing me, you know what I'm saying, away from whatever they thought they were. It just wouldn't be me. You feel me? From a young age, I said, cool, if that's what it is, then that's what it is. I'm not even gonna try to force it anymore. I'm just gonna be the best of my thing. Feel me? And yeah, that's it. That's it. I still see those guys. I still see everybody. I'm doing better than all of them, tenfold. So, what I gotta tell everybody is, if these struggles sound anything like your struggles, just give it some time.
You'll be blessed.
Just give it some time. That's it. That's it.
And lastly, man, what do we got planned? What's coming up? What should we look out for?
Shout out Freezy Records. That's the label that signed me, gave me a chance, gave me a dream to chase on a higher plateau. Once again, shout out Freezy Records. What's coming up next? A lot of projects. So I think I got 3-4 EP mixtape / album type things ready for y'all. I have, to be honest with you, man, I probably have 600-700 songs in the vault, like fresh. Like I am my own studio at this point. How many years later from engineering, I'm one of the best engineers in the city now. I could go shoot a video if I want tomorrow. I'm one of the best directors in the city. So literally, I can't not do what I want, like at any given moment. And so like I'm bursting with happiness. I don't know what else to. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm happy. It's just a lot. I can help out my peers. I can help out my community. I can help myself. I can help my moms. I got my family. Why would a man be mad in this position, right? Just got to go hard.
Facts.
My future goal is to take over the world. I am into science. I'm a big science geek. Everybody who know me know that. I don't know what I'm gonna get into one day, robotics, something, but like the music is almost gonna be like nothing compared to where I feel like I'm actually headed. I think this brain power is gonna take me somewhere wildly crazy. I think this is just my entrance or my intro.
Just the beginning?
Just the beginning, man. I could feel it. Like, it's so easy for me to do the music. I'm like, no, whatever the thing I'm gonna change the world with, it's gonna be a hard task. This is easy. I'm waiting for the hard task.
Link up with Elon, bro. Real shit.
If I can, right? If I can sing some
Link
records,
up
get
with him,
some
bro.
bread, and link with him and change the world on a higher level, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm on. It's just, this is my route. It's my route. You know what I'm saying? I'm not introverted. I'm extroverted. I'm patient. I got a lot of patience. That's one of my best qualities. And I want the best for everybody that surrounds me. You feel me? And I ain't never on no bullshit. You'll never catch me on no bullshit. Like, you'll never catch me on no bullshit. This is forever me on my timing. No matter what room I walk into. You know, remember Jay-Z said a long time ago, you was who you was before you got here. I'll never forget those lyrics. Those lyrics I stand by. So you was who you was before you got here. Yeah, man, it's been a hell of a journey, 10 plus years, and I know the journey just started. That's the crazy part, right? So you could either feel burnt out or you could feel like, second win, let's get it. And I'm more on my second win. So definitely it was great. And thanks for having me here.
Oh, I
to
really
discuss all this
appreciate you,
stuff,
man.
And,
This was amazing. This is really amazing, man.
yeah, man. Y'all
Dropped a lot of gems.
So it's the Shakin It Podcast, right?
Shakin It Podcast.
Shout out to Shakin It Podcast. Definitely having me here, man. You guys, it's organic. This is authentic. I like this vibration. Having fun. I suggest y'all, come by, stop by, check it out yourself. If you get an invite or y'all reach out to them.
Holla at me, man. Holla at me.
Y'all reach out, man.
Holla.
I believe I reached out, right? So not everything's as cool as it looks. I'm upcoming. I'm aspiring, but I still took the time to reach out and say, hey, y'all got time for me? Y'all got a slot? So y'all got to do the same thing. And remember, as I said, we pioneering, right? So we want this place to be a beautiful, big kingdom when we done that. holds music and changes the world, but we gotta put the screws in. We gotta build it.
Facts,
And
man.
I'm cool with it. It could be fun. Don't look at it like a daunting task. Look at it like we the ones responsible for something that's gonna last forever.
Facts.
And I'm happy with that.
Listen, guys. Everyone always says, "Oh, the real never link up. The real blah blah blah." Bro,
We link up behind closed doors. Tell you
that's
that.
it, man.
Yeah.
The real just has to link up. The real will skyrocket up.
Yeah.
Fake shit's gonna go to the bottom, bro. Like that's
100%.
really all it is. And with that being said, Shakin It Podcast. Stop sleeping.
Got him.
TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple. I'm there. Everything is there. Once again, shout out to 333 Zilla, Rodzilla. Honestly, legend. A legend.
Respect, gang. Respect.
Really appreciate you for pulling up.
Most that.
It's been a pleasure.
All right, guys.
Anything left you gotta say? Anything else?
Shout out my baby girl, Heaven Lee. Love you to death. Shout out my baby boy. Love you to death. I want to say his name. He's a boy. You know, things are a little different.
100%. 100%.
But whatever, man. Shout out Jalen. Love you to death, man. You know how daddy get. I shout out my family. Shout out my beautiful girl. I mean, outside of that, let's go hard, man.
Let's go hard,
That's it.
man.
That's it, man. I'm here to go hard. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So let's get it.
We're gonna shake it till we make it. Thank you guys, man.
Like
Stop
that.
sleeping.
What's up?
That's good, man. Bro, that was crazy.